This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast 57-year-old Nigel Farage of London, England. Now, Nigel is a British activist, political commentator, broadcaster, and former politician. He served as the leader of the UK Independence Party from 2006 to 2009. Did the same job again from 2010 to 2016, and he was the leader of the Brexit Party from 2019 until now. The point is, the man has some clout. He's quite well known throughout Britain. They know him for his pedigree, but he, in spite of all this, is about as astute as Smokey Robinson. You see, he recently recorded a birthday video for Cameo. And if you don't know what Cameo is, it's an online service that lets people hire celebrities, athletes, or politicians to create personalized birthday videos, all right? So Nigel was hired to wish a happy birthday to a guy named Hugh.
Happy birthday, Hugh Janus. I've heard you're a massive fan.
He got paid. It's so childish. But he had no idea.
Happy birthday, Hugh Janus. I've heard you're a massive fan.
And for that, he's our shot of the day. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Shame on. All right, a battle of sunshine on a Bad Choice Friday featuring Smash Mouth and Walking on the Sun, taking on Katrina and the Waves. And Walking on Sunshine, we asked you to follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live and get to voting. Mike, how was the voting?
It was close, Miles. For a while there, we were within like 0.6, and then there was one final push there at the very end. And finally, for your Bad Choice Friday, we will be walking on the sun instead of on the sunshine.
Walking on the sun or walking on the sunshine?
Walking on the sun, we have spared your dog, Miles.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner on a Bad Choice Friday. Welcome to the weekend. It's Miles and Throw the Men's Room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
I'm Glennon Doyle, author of Untamed and host of the podcast We Can Do Hard Things. Each week, we talk openly and honestly about the hard things in life together with you. So join us and some of our dearest friends and greatest heroes to talk about anxiety, boundaries, parenting, infidelity, our bodies, loving and losing, all of the things that make us human. Listen to and follow We Can Do Hard Things on Odyssey and everywhere you get your podcasts.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to KISW in the men's room anytime, anywhere. AUDACY. Now for all TV news all the time. Time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The men's room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today will be the Jimmys.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
He's on the list.
Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. All these guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
From the news, there's a lot of talk about vaccines, and some people do not trust them. So Pfizer, the CEO, put out a statement directly to men that said, you trust us with your penis, why not your arm?
I hope that's you, Ted. I hope that's you.
That's Ted Smith!
Yes! That's a great joke.
Right, they made Viagra!
Yes!
I'm sure they make a lot of other drugs.
No, it doesn't matter. You're right.
But when I think Pfizer,
yes.
You see that little blue pill.
They can save your life, but you don't care. They saved your life that night.
Right?
Might not save your life, but it saves your reputation.
Exactly.
We vaccinated your husband and saved your marriage. We're Pfizer.
We vaccinated his ED.
Now there's 2 needles. The CEO of Pfizer said people will most likely need a 3rd booster dose within 12 months of being fully vaccinated. Oh, man, I can't believe we got to go through another year of vaccine selfies.
God almighty.
Fallon.
Yeah, honestly, Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
The CEO of Pfizer said people will likely need a 3rd booster dose within 12 months of being fully vaccinated. Oh, man, I can't believe we have to go through another year of vaccine selfies.
In Canada, a member of parliament, which is the equivalent to our House of Representatives, accidentally exposed himself on an official government Zoom meeting. His camera was on, and he didn't know it, so everybody saw his Canadian bacon. Kimmel.
Kennedy, a member of parliament, which is Canada's equivalent to our House of Representatives, accidentally exposed himself on an official government Zoom meeting. His camera was on, and he didn't know it, and everyone saw his Canadian bacon, which is, there he is. This is the Canadian version of storming the Capitol.
I forgot to type that part. Police have released... Police? Oh, that can't be right.
It's okay. I got you.
Thank you.
It's Friday. Who cares?
Producers have released a trailer for the newest installment of Fast and Furious movies called F9, The Fast Saga. Interestingly enough, if you hit F9 on your computer, it will write another Fast and Furious screenplay.
Fallon?
Producers have released a trailer for the newest installment in the Fast and the Furious series called F9, The Fast Saga. Interestingly, if you hit F9 on your computer, it will write another Fast and Furious screenplay.
Did he say police too?
Producers have released a trailer.
No, Ted, that was just you.
That was just, I was like, oh, maybe it's him.
Okay. I saw a commercial for it last night, and I didn't know what it was for, but like the first scene they show in the commercial, it's John Cena looking angry. Right? And I'm like, so look, I don't know anything about the plot, but I'm watching this commercial because I do like John Cena, but I'm like, what is this for? I don't know if it's one of those commercials he does with the cow.
Oh,
yeah. But it wasn't. It turns out this was a real commercial. So I'm already like chuckling, like, why is Vin Diesel? Oh, Jesus Christ. Apparently John Cena is playing Vin Diesel's brother.
I think, look, Fast and Furious.
I'm sold.
I think Fast and Furious a few movies ago, and I agree with it, they were just like, look, we're the Fast and Furious. Like, it's ridiculous. It's over the top. If you like our movies, you're going to come see them.
You're going to love each other.
Like its own genre.
It is. They figured it out. They even said, because someone asked, like, one of the directors or producers, why do you keep making these? And maybe it was like around movie 6 or 7. He said, look, Because we know exactly how many people are going to see the movie. We almost make the exact same amount of money every time we do it, so we know what to spend on the movie. So we don't overspend. We're never over budget, never under, like, if we put, say, if 10 people see our movie, those same 10 people come and see our movie.
Right, and it's, like, I think a lot more of us do it with TV shows, right? There might be a TV, like right now, every night, it's like a drug. I got to watch a couple Impractical Jokers. Right?
All right.
Now, it's basically the same show all the time, different jokes and everything, right? But I'll keep watching it. They make 10 more seasons. I'll keep watching it.
Difference
so I think
is,
if you go to a movie theater and you're a movie person and you like these movies, then you're like, yeah, I know it's completely ridiculous. There's flying cars. The cars are going across skyscrapers. Like, I would still want to see it.
But that's also fun.
They almost speak a universal language. Like, there's popular British shows, American shows, whatever. Like, Fast and the Furious is a worldwide franchise.
Yeah.
So,
it does all right
whatever
for
they
itself.
put out, it's like it's viewed around the world. It's not just like your local TV show in your country you're watching, you know? I mean, they
People make fun of Vin Diesel.
They
It's
kill
like,
it.
I'll be upset, but I can't hear you through my money.
Right.
All right, so Jimmy Fallon had a pretty funny thing last night. He had put out on Twitter, describe a movie badly.
Okay.
All right? So I'll give you a couple examples that were on his show. 11-year-old gets kidnapped, sent to magic camp, and ends up murdering one of his counselors.
Harry Potter, yeah.
All right. All right.
Give me another.
Tom Hanks takes social distancing to the extreme.
Castaway.
All right.
All right. We're on.
A deadbeat dad tries to reconnect with his kids.
Deadbeat dad.
Die Hard?
Nope.
Deadbeat dad. Just reading up his kids. I got nothing.
Star Wars.
Oh! Yeah, all right.
I mean, he really? I guess he
does at the end.
He's trying to find. Well, he's always trying to find him.
And like, look, I know I cut off your hand, and I do feel bad about that, man. And yeah, let's be cool. Let me take care of this old man for you.
Unsupervised children sit down for a meal prepared by their dog.
Prepared by their dog?
Yep.
Oh, crap. Hang on. Unsupervised kids. It's a dog.
You want a hint?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's a high five.
No, we did this. Damn it. How did I miss that?
That's crazy.
I gave him a fist pound.
You got to watch it. You'll understand.
Yeah.
Woman accidentally causes deadly ice age. In response, makes herself a cool dress instead of saving humanity.
Frozen.
I was going to say Titanic.
Sleep with Brad Pitt. Bucket list done. Throws self off cliff.
Oh. Thelma and Louise.
Damn, you're good. All right, a bald guy teams up with a bald guy to fight a bald guy.
Bald guy. So it's 3 bald guys.
Teams up with the bald guy.
I feel like it's Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know that this is true. No? Bald guy. Wait. Is it Pulp Fiction?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
High School Musical, but they're 30.
Mamma Mia.
Grease.
Well, technically,
they
probably.
are.
I mean, yeah, they were.
All right, let's see. We wrote a couple in here, Mike and I and VD. Innocent man in prison becomes a criminal.
Shawshank Redemption.
All right. Hired help is not a midwife.
Fatal Attraction.
Gone with the Wind.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Is that BD?
Whoa.
So did you think Mike or I wrote that
I know.
joke?
Come on, BD.
That should have never made the cutting room.
He was pumped about. Hey, listen, you know
He was pumped about
He was
that.
excited. We kept it in there.
You
All
were-
right, we got a couple more for you.
All right.
Man walks thousands of miles barefoot to return jewelry.
Forrest Gump.
God.
My precious.
Oh, Jesus
Lord of
Christ.
the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
All right.
And then one more.
Yeah, barefoot, you're right.
Bad comedian destroys a city.
Nothing.
Joker.
Have you read people doing movie reviews in reverse?
No.
There was one with Jaws, something like, hungry shark has eaten so many people, goes to a beach and throws them all up.
By the way, I'm watching a cool show on Netflix if you like some true life crime kind of stuff called It's a Robbery. About an actual art robbery.
Let's just say the name of the show.
It's called It's a Robbery.
Okay.
Also, just because I'm a nerd, I just want to tell people, if anybody else feels like getting up early Sunday morning, you can watch the Indian Premier League, which is cricket. Arsenal's on at 5:30 and F1 at 5:55.
Sports euphoria on Sunday morning.
It's going to be crazy, mate.
Wakes up.
Crazy, mate. Oh, yeah, go Sounders.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Your home equity. It could be an untapped opportunity instead of an untouchable asset. Introducing HomeTap. HomeTap is an investor, not a lender. They give you cash in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Use it to pay off debt, make renovations, fund a business, or just live a better life. There's no interest or monthly payments to worry about. HomeTap. Get more from home ownership. Get more from life. Subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. The New York Post believes the city will soon be reeking of weed and crawling with potheads. Meanwhile, if your work wife tries to be your kid's actual mom, you better read one of these threads. Family sends Batman the cat to bed. He comes back with half an ear. Pennsylvania man beats another with a pool cue after inviting him over for a beer. An Arizona man slashes a woman's tires, then gives her the finger. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
On top story, we go to Arizona where a woman's car was vandalized. Late at night, the woman heard a loud scream and a car speeding off. What she went out to find was that the tires of her car had been slashed and a severed finger laying on the driveway.
Ooh. Where do you think the finger came from?
The woman believes it was her neighbor because they had gotten into an argument earlier, and the trail of blood left by the finger led to his home.
Okay, then. That's
he cut
easy.
off his own. Wow,
yeah,
man.
no arrests have been made. So
you would think he would go back and get the finger.
You'd think, right?
Go to the hospital.
He is so angry that he's like, you know what? Keep the finger.
Right.
F you.
We were talking about this. This is an odd flex. You know what? I'm going to cut off my finger.
I think he did it accidentally while puncturing the tire. Either way, you pick your finger up, you put it in ice.
Right.
Then you go to the hospital and say, hey, man, can you help me put my finger back on? I accidentally cut it off.
I still don't know how that works because they show a fuzzed out picture of the finger, and it looks like he took a good chunk. Like, it looks like he got both knuckles out of there, man.
You think he screwed up and cut it off by accident?
Yes.
Right.
That makes more sense. Because I'm like, that is some hardcore anger.
The only thing that I can put together is he stabs the tire, the thing deflates and squeezes on the knife, so he's got to put his hand on the tire to get the knife out, and then as he's pulling it out, it's got to do something. I don't know how he pulls down and just cuts his finger off, but he does, screams and runs away in panic, again, like Miles said, without grabbing his doggone finger.
Oh, right, the scream's the giveaway. Okay.
That's right. In other news, Pennsylvania having a hell of a week. A man was arrested for using an interesting weapon during an assault. The report says that the man worked with another to lure a third man into their home, where they assaulted him with a pool cue.
The only thing that's weird about this is if they did not have a pool table in their home.
Right.
Wow. Really? They didn't?
Well, I don't know. What I'm saying is, look, I've been in a bar where people have been assaulted with a pool cue before. I mean, like,
what do we mean by assault?
No, we talked about this earlier. We said, look, as Mike goes, man, they don't describe the assault. And it's just my belief. I don't know this. I said, look, If they say assaulted, you got beat with the pool cue. If you got violated, then we know.
See, I think they would have said got hit with a pool cue. They're saying assaulted.
So your assault is my violation.
Maybe it's me. That's where my head went.
The report continues that he then fired a gun near the victim after the assault, and he was arrested and faces prison time. Sometimes coworkers can get too comfortable, and that was an issue that a man took to Reddit for advice. They have a forum simply called Am I an A-Hole, in which people can tell their stories of encounters and if they were right in the way that they acted. This particular man has a female coworker that constantly refers to him as her work husband, and made matters worse when she showed up to his wife's baby shower. The jokes continued to the tune of, "Oh, you're his home wife? It's nice to know who I'm sending my hubby home to." And even went so far as to call herself the baby's second mommy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's too far.
Yeah.
That's out of line.
He confronted her at the party, taking her aside and gave her the ultimatum to apologize or leave. She chose to leave. So that was kind of the gist of the story there.
It's also your baby shower. You shouldn't have a conflict with anybody.
No. So
it's about the baby.
This had gone on for a while at work. He approached her, was like, "Hey, I'm happily married. I get it. It's all in good fun. You're just trying to be a friend, but it's getting weird. This needs to stop." Okay, yeah, no problem. She stops it for a while. He figures things have gotten comfortable, coming over to my wife's baby shower. I don't know why. That's his mistake. But then she goes over there and just immediately rocks back into it.
Well, I don't think it's that odd that he invited her. Right? Because obviously they're close. I'm assuming they're friends outside of work, too.
Right.
But why would she say that at the woman's baby shower?
And then, you don't know why?
Yeah. Like, you're out drinking. You could, make a reference to it. And he goes,
Right.
Yeah,
but then their coworkers stick up for her, saying that he could have let her off a little bit lighter. You know, she likes you a lot.
Oh, come on.
I'm married. I'm having a child.
Obviously, she likes me a lot.
This doesn't fly, dude. No.
That would be like the stalker defense. Well, Your Honor, it's just that I like her a lot.
Right.
That's why I'm spying on her outside of her house.
There was another quote from that shower.
Say what now?
There was another quote from that shower. Is a pregnant woman gonna have to slap a bitch?
He said the wife played it off just fine, but she was obviously uncomfortable. Yeah. Everybody else was uncomfortable by it.
Who wouldn't be?
I'm uncomfortable right now.
She needed to get humbled a little bit, man.
I at least would have let it when there's that awkward silence. At least oh snap. Just to make it a little worse.
Right.
Over in Arkansas, a woman is mortified by what her vet did. She took her cat in to get fixed, hearing that fixed cats aren't as likely to run away. And that was the problem with her last cat. It ran away. At the time, the vet also asked if she'd be willing to have her cat's ears clipped, which has become an indicator for animal service workers that an animal has been fixed. They've been trying to cut down on the population. That way they know that this animal's been fixed. She's agreed, but when she got her cat back, she had to hold back hysterical tears as the vet, quote unquote, trimmed about half the cat's ear off.
It's amazing.
Did you see the picture?
It is horrible.
Right.
Ted, have you seen how much they took off this cat?
No.
So usually it's supposed to be just the tip. They're just going to take a little bit off. Let's see. There we go. Hang on. Where's the actual picture? Look how much they took off this cat. Look how much they took off that cat.
I assume that operation was on the house.
I damn well better be.
Yeah. If I get my pet spayed or neutered, which you should, do I have to clip its ears?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, man. That is it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it, bitches. The sun is out. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, go Sounders.
Go Sounders.
In the meantime, hey, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, which is Monday, please do what you do best. And until then, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Happy birthday, Hugh Janus. I've heard you're a massive fan.